everyone. Welcome to Virtual Vegfest Live. This is Helene, and we are powered by the Plant Based Network. This week, we are saying thank you to our Gain for sponsoring our Virtual Vegfest Lives, and also a little added hint to subscribe to our Virtual Vegfest YouTube channel. Now, if you enter our Rafflecopter, you get a chance to win prize packs from Orgain, Follow Your Heart, Crafters Organics, and Hodo Foods. And thanks to them for donating prize packs to us monthly. We really, really appreciate them, and you get this opportunity to win some really cool prizes just for doing things like liking our pages. I mean, how can you go wrong there? And of course, we'd love for you to shop our vendors on virtualvegfest.com, of which we have one featured today. So Sumita is here from Plantnrgy, and I'll tell you, this is a product that I buy. And it all started with a sample that got shipped to me in this beautiful box. Like the box alone, receiving this product is like getting a gift. And it's not just somebody who sent you their stuff. It's packaged beautifully. It's in compostable, recyclable materials, and even including the bag the products in. And you just feel it's like, oh, look, you don't even want to like open it because it's so pretty. But then the product itself is pretty clean. I don't use protein powders. This is one that I use daily. It is sweetened with monk fruit. I mean, I'll let her tell you all about it, but for me personally, I think it's definitely something that if you want to add to your daily routine, weekly routine. But we're going to learn, like, this is a cooking demo today. So we're going to learn how to use the product in something other than a smoothie, which is how I use it. Hey, Linda, thanks for joining us. I'm really glad that you're here. And let me go. If you have any questions or comments, just remember that you can add them in the box and we'll definitely get to them while we talk. So I'm going to go over and bring her on. Hi, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's so funny when we start this. It's like I was just talking to you. So, well, I'm excited for people to get to know you because we have especially spent some time at this point because you said, "Hey, let's like talk on a Zoom call for like an hour," and you got to know me. So we got to know each other in addition to being one of the virtual VegFest vendors, and we really appreciate you like taking the chance of coming onto the site because I know you were skeptical, and I'm really glad that you sent me a sample of your product, and I'm super excited to learn about the new flavor that you have and how you're going to use it in this mug cake and ice cream, and this is great for kids. And if we got another like, hello, Christine. Thank you for joining us. Really glad that you're here. And like I said, if anyone has any questions or comments, right now I'm going to throw it at Smita so she can share who she is and what Plantnrgy is and how it started. And all the floor is yours.
Sure. Thank you, Helene. I thank you, the Plant-Based Network and Virtual Veg Fest, for giving me this opportunity. And thank you, all the viewers, for being here today. So, a little bit about myself. I'm definitely going to share some exciting recipes that you can decide if you want to use it as a breakfast or a dessert. We'll talk about that later. But I'm Sumita Kumar. I'm the founder of Plantnrgy. And Plantnrgy makes mindfully handcrafts plant-based protein and superfood mixes in small batches. And we just use simplest ingredients possible so that, and you can just boost any variety of meals. And you will see two of them today, like how you can do it. So I would say, my story, in terms of my story, I would say growing up in a house where many members of my family were struggling with diabetes. And I also lost my dad to the disease. Plantnrgy was, I would say, instilled in me since my childhood. And most of the family members, it was the discussion in the family was mostly around the natural food, what kind of food do we want to eat, what kind of pantry staples we use for our daily cure or medicinal purposes. So it was all about food and nature, and also because we are vegetarians, like my family is vegetarian. So it was also about adding that protein and making sure that we have a balanced nutrition in all our meals. So I think the challenge mostly started when I was juggling being a working parent and a self proclaimed health nut. And I wanted I wanted a healthy, nutritious breakfast for myself in the morning, but it is honestly a real struggle. And many would agree with me that, getting a child out of the door as well as, getting a good breakfast for yourself, it doesn't work together. So, however, like, most of the people either crash with coffee or, some quick eats, but I didn't want to give up on that one. And I thought the easiest and the quickest way to get my most nutritious meal, which is like, I thought breakfast, because I'm also an early riser and definitely need something in the morning, was to get a smoothie where, I can fill in with everything, like, fruits, vegetables, protein, anything that I wanted. It's like, just throw it in the jar and get it out with you, with you. So that just, so I wanted to find a source of protein that I can add in my smoothie. And honestly, it was a huge deal because there was like tons of things out there, but I tried a few in my smoothies, but I couldn't survive long with any of those because of some form of added sugar or like emulsifiers, binders. You may have seen, if you are a protein fan, you may have seen there are a lot of ingredients like gums and emulsifier. They are just used to bind the product, but my body did not respond to those ingredients because I felt bloated and just generally sick. So I was not able to survive with all of those for a long time. I had to give up on it. However, my problem remained the same, that I needed something to get out the door, something more nutritious so that, I can survive through the day. So then I started kind of researching, doing my own research on the ingredients, like what I can actually add in my smoothie to make it more filling, nutritious, not crave any food, and, just not crash through the, in the mid of the day or snack on any other non required items. So I started kind of experimenting, and I would say after a month of experimentation, it was very, very surprising that there was something that was really working for us. It was, we were feeling really happy, we were focused in our work, not thinking about, another bar or a chocolate before the lunchtime, or not just waiting for that 11 a.m., like just struggling with few cups of coffee and that 11 a.m. when you are like done and you want to eat your early lunch. So things like that. So there was something that was really working for us, and that was we started mixing it and my family was using it. We were very happy with it. But on this journey, I met so many people who had the same problem as us. Like they were having being challenged with finding something as clean and something that could be shared with the entire family. And it's not just then a smoothie, it could be added to anything. So even if I'm doing an oatmeal, I could throw it in there. I'm doing baking, I could throw it in there. I'm doing a kid's dessert and I could throw it in there. So that was like a phenomenal change, which is like we just love doing it. So after it was truly magical for us, we loved the solution. And I had, so, then I left my corporate job working for over 15 years in marketing to bring plant energy from my kitchen to yours. And here we are, our family is committed in doing that. I confidently share the product with all in my family, and my kids love it. The two things that I'm going to make, they have been waiting since morning, like, just so that I'm done and they can enjoy it. And we make it in small batches, and we are intentionally using a very few ingredients, but enough to boost your energy, your everyday energy. So, yes, I'm super excited to be here today.
That's fantastic. Yeah,
Thank
I'm a
you.
fan, and one of the coolest things about when you get the product as well is you put a piece of paper and they're rolled up very nicely and tied, and on that piece of paper are recipes on how you could use the product. And that's, I mean, I'm telling you, when you get this, it's one of those things where you're just like, you don't want to. I just posted a thing on Facebook about throwing boxes out. You've got like one of those boxes that you kind of go, well, you can use this. It can use this to like ship to somebody else. The packing, it's all paper. I mean, everything about what you do is classy. You are classy. I mean, you look classy. Everything. It's a great way to put it. So
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah,
you're welcome.
plant energy is an experience, like, right from the, what we do. everything is more from our passion. It's passion, and it's an experience. So you have to enjoy it.
Oh,
It's not.
definitely. And Priyanka Ray said they tried a few of them and it's great to mix in a smoothie. And hi Susan, she said hello. And yeah, I'd love for you to show us. I can't wait to make this actually.
Sure,
So I'm gonna put us into cooking demo mode, and
sure, yeah,
now I'm in the corner.
yes, and I'm so excited to be doing this for you because I'll be showing you two recipes today. One is a mug cake, and what's special about this mug cake is that it has no flour, no sugar, no oil, and so you can eat it any time of the day. So what I will do is I'm going to start with a mug. You can choose what you want. This is my mug. And there's no oil, nothing in here. I'm going to add mashed banana. I have it here. One medium mashed banana is what I used. And then I'm going to add almond flour. And I usually use Kirkland because I am that Kirkland fan.
It's
So,
Costco for anyone who doesn't know what Kirkland is.
oh, yeah, that's what you get it. So I am going to use 5 tablespoons of almond flour. 2, 3, and you don't have to record it because honestly, viewers, we will be sharing the recipe with you on the same link later. So I used 5 tablespoons of almond flour, and I have got 4 teaspoons of rice flour here. So I'm going to add that 4 teaspoons of rice flour, and I'm going to use peanut butter delight, which is our newest product. So I'm going to be using the peanut butter delight, which is in the we just launched it a couple of days ago. So I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of peanut butter delight here. I will add 1 tablespoon of peanut. You can use any nut butter. Today it's all about peanuts, so I'm using peanut. I'm using a peanut butter, and this is smooth. It is just a peanut butter, regular. So yes, okay, it's here. And honestly, the dough, it's so yum that when I do it, I just feel like taking it right then. I'm going to do that anyway. So yes,
I would be licking that spoon with the peanut butter on it.
exactly. Yeah, right.
It's like if you weren't live, you'd be like all over it.
Yeah, exactly. And so we'll be using 1/4 teaspoon baking powder and 1/4. We'll be using 1/8 teaspoon baking soda. So I'm just going to wing it and think it's 1/8. And then we are going to use, to make it more fluffy, you may have already used this, but I use apple cider. And so I'm going to use 1.5 teaspoon of apple cider in there, and a pinch of salt. I'm going to use a pinch of salt right here. Okay. And some chocolate chips to make it more. Okay, I'm just going to throw
Yes,
some
it's
chocolate
you're eating it.
chips. Yes. And now I'll use 1/3 cup of milk. Okay, I need to get that out from my phone. So yes, 1/3 cup of any plant-based milk. I'm using oat milk.
Did you make that?
Oat milk? No, I just bought it
Okay.
here. Yes. So 1/3 cup of oat milk. And that's it. So now I'm just going to mix it. Just make sure it's mixed well. And we'll put it in microwave for 5 minutes. And we'll see what comes out of there. Just, yeah, mix it well. And when I mix it, I feel like I want to eat it. Honestly, this mixture is so yummy that you can just eat it raw. But then, I'm just going to mix it well to make sure
Yeah, to
it's
make sure
all.
the baking soda and baking powder gets mixed up.
I know. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
eating like a chunk of baking soda, baking powder is really
Mhm.
gross.
I know. Exactly. We don't want to be doing that. Okay. So there you go. And just to make sure my mug is clean, I'm just going to just scrape it from the side so that when we get it out, it looks clean. Okay. Okay. So I'm now going to just clean my mug from all my sides. Okay.
Now, if somebody doesn't have almond flour or the rice flour, they can just use a gluten-free flour. Or if they're not gluten-free, they
Oh,
can
yeah.
just use a regular, like a glutinous flour, right?
I would say spelt flour works better, like the or regular too. I haven't tried with regular, but I've tried with spelt flour, and that has worked well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just one of those
Okay.
things like, what do you have in the house?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So there you go. Everything is here, and I'm just going to top it. So this is how it looks right now, gooey. And then I'm going to just mix just top it with a little bit more chocolate chips. This.
Yeah.
Now this is ready. I am going to put it in the microwave for 5 minutes.
That's
Okay.
awesome. This is definitely something that everyone I want to know how many of you wouldn't have already like taken a spoonful and eaten it before you
Yeah.
even put it in the microwave.
Yes. So there we go. It's in. It's going. To, it's in the. It'll be in the microwave for 5 minutes, and then we'll see how what comes out of there.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be
Oh,
delicious.
it's going to be delicious. Yes.
Yep.
So this one doesn't stay in our house, for long at all. And we've been doing, do it for sometimes for breakfast, sometimes for our dessert. And then, you can use other toppings if you want more peanut butter, more nut butter, more chocolate chips. You can even, for kids, you can do some, whipped cream on top. So, just make it fun for yourself.
So here's a
But
good question from Susan. She doesn't have a microwave. Can it be baked in a regular oven?
you can definitely.
But not in a
Yes.
mug, most likely. You probably want to put it into
No.
a little what's what are they called? Little bowl. It's because I can't remember the name of the little bowl right now.
So honestly, I have done like a regular cake as well, same recipe, but I have used my baking pan to, bake it in the oven. So you definitely can.
Oh, that's awesome. Then you get even more.
You do.
So that
Yes.
does one person eat that mug or is that like two people?
Oh, you know what? Depending on how hungry you are, you
Uh-huh.
can eat,
Ten.
you can actually just eat the full thing. Like because, I would just eat the whole thing with a coffee as a
Yeah.
breakfast.
Mhm.
Yeah, but just because there's honestly nothing in there, there's no harm in eating the full thing either. So it's totally a good breakfast or a dessert, like whatever you want. But you can definitely share it if you want to.
Yeah, some raw peanuts in there as well to to go with like the crunch of the chocolate chips. So to put some raw
Ooh,
peanuts in there would be absolutely incredible. I mean, there's it's so versatile because you can throw some vanilla in there,
yeah,
extract as well. I mean, there's so many things that you can do. Now, remember, for everyone out there, we are the type of people that kind of don't follow recipes. So
yeah.
if you're a follow recipe person, then you just, want to do that. That's fine. But just know you have the freedom to go in any direction with things. It's really, you can't go wrong by throwing some peanuts in or throwing some vanilla extract in or coconut extract or almond extract. Experiment. It's fun. Just
It is fun.
taste before you put it in the oven. That's the only thing that you need to do and see how it goes. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, you can add whatever you want to there. Yes.
So
So
Donna said like she came in late. Let's repeat the recipe for people that like kind of it's like really simple, Donna. So And we'll
Yes.
give it to you too. Don't worry. Afterwards, it's going to be on. It's definitely on the Plantnrgy Instagram. But we can go over it right now again.
Oh yeah, sure. So you can take one medium-sized banana, like it a little bit ripe, and then mash it. You can add it in the mug, and then I use 5 tablespoon almond flour. I use this one, and then 4 teaspoon rice flour, 1.5 teaspoon vinegar, 1 tablespoon. You can use any butter. I used peanut butter, and you can also use. I also used 1/8 teaspoon baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, and I use 1/3 cup of any plant-based milk you can use. I used oat milk, and I used 2 tablespoon of Plant Energy chocolate peanut delight. You can replace it if you don't have it. You can use it cacao. You can use a cacao powder or dark chocolate, like some form of dark chocolate. And I just threw in some additional chocolate morsels, and that's it. Just mix it and in the microwave for 5 minutes.
And we will know very soon what it looks like and what it tastes like. So
Exactly.
let's talk about Plantnrgy. Can you read the ingredients in that what's in that chocolate peanut delight for us?
Yes, sure. So, chocolate peanut delight has just 5 ingredients. It has pea protein, pumpkin seed protein, peanut flour, cacao powder, and monk fruit. That's it. You get 10 gram of protein per serving, which is like 2 tablespoon, 15 grams of protein, and you get 15 grams of powder gives you 10 grams of protein, and it has 60 calories with no sugar added, no junk, and no ingredients that you don't understand.
Yeah, and then monk fruit, like we were talking about yesterday, the monk fruit doesn't leave an aftertaste. So,
No.
and it's really good. It's not overly sweet either. So,
Yes.
yeah,
I am
that's
going
I
to
know I
go.
want to see.
Yeah. Okay, so here is our mug
Look,
cake.
it's a cake.
It is a cake. And so we are going to leave it here to let it settle a bit before I will, just put a spoon and show you how it looks from inside.
Oh, you're
And
you're you're good because I wouldn't have waited. But it's hot, so you don't want to like be like, oh, that yeah, I get it.
exactly. But one more time for anybody here, this is how the cake looks in like 5 minutes. No flour, no sugar, no oil, and the 10 gram of protein. And just you can eat it as a dessert, as breakfast, whatever you want.
Now, understand when we say no flour, when people don't understand that almond flour was put in there, but all almond flour is almonds that have been dehydrated and then ground into flour. That's
That's
it.
right.
So it's just almonds, and the rice is the same way. It's rice that's been ground into flour. So I mean, I guess you could say there is flour, but it's basically just like these plant-based ingredients that
That's right.
were just turned into some other way of using them. And
That's
it's easy to make almond flour if you ever want to do it. If you have a dehydrator, it just takes time. You just dehydrate. I make my own almond milk.
Oh, really? You do?
Rice.
Yeah, I made my almond milk too.
And then
I
the
want,
guts that you can dehydrate the guts of the almonds. It's the best way to put it. Like dehydrate them for like overnight, and then you put those into the Vitamix, the dry mix, and it just becomes flour. And then you have organic almond flour, and that's it.
I know. Isn't that amazing?
Yep, it is. It's
Yeah,
just long.
that definitely. Yes. And this one, you can share with your whole family. Like even if you've added a protein mix in here, it's safe for everybody in the family to eat as long as you don't have any allergies.
Exactly. 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 So were you gonna make something else too?
I am. I am a nice cream. And so what I'm going to do is my Vitamix is going to make us a nice cream. Again, just 3 simple ingredients because honestly, I am a big fan of doing it quick and easy, but nutritious, filling, and that's about it. So what we are doing in an ice cream is I'm going to use frozen bananas, and I freeze my own bananas. I just cut it and freeze it in the freezer. So I'm going to use bananas frozen. It's going to make a lot of noise, so I'll put you on mute when I one. And then I'm going to add, oh, this tastes too good. And I'm going to add some plant energy powder. Again, I'm going
So,
to.
how
Mhm.
many bananas was that?
Oh, that is, I would say, a cup, 1.5 cup.
Okay.
So
It's
I
probably
would say
like,
two medium bananas.
yeah,
Yes,
that looks about right.
yes, two medium banana. And I am going to add plant energy powder. So 3 tablespoons. You can add more or less. It's not going to hurt you.
Right.
So, depending on how much, like what kind of flavor you want or how much protein you need today, you can add more or less. I added 1.5, or I will just add maybe two. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So I added 4 tablespoons of Plant Energy Peanut Butter Delight, which just has 5 simple ingredients: pea protein, pumpkin seed protein, cacao powder, peanut flour, and monk fruit. So that's all I have in here. And now I'm going to start with half cup of milk, and we will see more depending on, a little bit. Yeah. And we will add more depending on, the consistency that we want.
Yeah, start out small with your milk because if you put too much in, you have a smoothie.
Yeah.
So which isn't terrible, but if you're looking for an ice cream type
Yes.
texture, you want
Yeah.
to do less milk.
Exactly. And this is going to be more like a soft serve, because if you want a hardened ice cream, you can actually put it in the freezer and leave it for a couple of hours, with just some chocolate chips on it, and then scoop it out as an ice cream.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm going to just break the bananas a little bit so that, it is a little easier on my Vitamix. But yes, that's where it goes. So I'm going to mute you, peanut butter, if that's cool. Yes, it is. Yes, it's going to be super cool. So I'm going to mute you and blend it, and then bring it back here. It's right here.
Awesome. All right, so it's going to get really loud on her end because of the Vitamix and making the there it goes. Really simple to make nice cream. And it's called nice cream because the ingredients are nicer for you. Basically, you can take any type of frozen fruit and make a nice cream out of it. Just a frozen fruit, a bit of plant-based milk, and whatever else you want to put in it. So you can take frozen cherries, plant-based milk, and some chocolate chips and mix it up in the Vitamix, and you've got a chocolate cherry nice cream. You can throw a little vanilla in, and there's so many things you can do. It's very versatile. Once again, don't be afraid to experiment with your food and just taste it and see what it tastes like. And then note down what you did if you wanted to taste that way again. Don't be like me and say this is what it tastes like today and it'll never taste like this again because I didn't measure my spices. Wow.
Go back.
Yay.
Yeah. So yes. So now I'm just going to see what is the consistency and if I need to add more milk in here. I think no, but I just am going to blend it a little bit more. Oh my God, it looks and smells so good.
I'm
Mm,
sure.
yeah, I'm going to share. Just a minute. Yes. I'm going to add a little bit of more milk just here. Again, just a little because we don't want it to be a smoothie. Okay. I'm
Yep. It's back on mute as she goes. So when it comes to bananas, if you freeze them, You can freeze them whole, but it's a lot easier if you cut them up first, put them into a container, put them in the freezer, and then scoop them out to put them into whatever you're going to use them. Much easier than trying to get the skins off a frozen banana. Just a little tidbit from somebody who freezes bananas all the time and uses them in a smoothie daily. So, but you can. I have a friend that freezes them whole and puts them under hot water to get the skins off and then cuts them up and puts them back in the freezer cut up.
Oh, so she does it with the skin. I've never done it with the skin before.
It's harder. I mean, it's taking an extra step because then you're I mean, yes, you can just throw them in the freezer when they're ready and then take them out when you're ready to cut them, but then they're going back in the freezer once they're cut to use over the course of the time that you're going to use them. So much easier is to cut a banana that's not frozen into a bowl and then freeze that bowl. It's so much easier. And
And this is how it looks here.
that
And I'm
looks incredible.
it looks here.
It's like I'm driving over to Apex.
And now I'm going to put it in my bowl. So oh, thank you. Yes. And so I'm going to scoop it. This is like a soft serve ice cream. And I'm going to scoop it into my bowl right here.
I agree, Susan. Yum is right.
Mm-hmm.
I made a lot.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What model of Vitamix is that? It's a new one, right?
It is 7600, I think.
Okay, that's a nice one.
Yes. So this is what I got. And I'm going to top it up.
Are you gonna try it? You should try it.
First,
So we can see your reaction.
mm.
Because we all have to live through you until we go do this ourselves.
You know what? How about I invite my guest here?
I know. Guests are
Right?
always good to
Yeah,
try
my
because they're impartial.
exactly. So this is what we got so far. And I'm going to top it with some additional chocolate chips. You can add nuts, you can add whatever you want. You can add peanut, like, just add a little bit more.
You put some peanut butter in there too. Oh, this is awesome. It's like a dream. And Susanna was like, I'm sure I can almost smell and taste it from here. Yes.
Oh, yes.
I
Oh,
mean,
yes.
she knows that chocolate peanut butter is my favorite. So,
So this is how it looks.
yum.
Yum, right? And I'm going to taste it. How it tastes. I'm sorry. It is
Yeah,
incredible. Like,
that's
just simple ingredients. But okay, I have a guest here who can just to do this, and I have to give him because he's
hi.
yeah. Do you want to taste it? Yes, please. Yeah.
How fortunate are you?
I'm-
I know.
Oh wow. That was really good. You can
Oh,
taste
there you go. You just got a bowl of ice cream.
it. That is the treat of doing a food demo. And so this one, now I'm going to, yeah, Priyanka says yum, yum. Yes, it is.
And of course, like Susanna's like, does it go well with cake? Well, let's
Oh,
see.
yeah, it does. And so this is the cake.
Wow. The cake looks amazing. The 5 minutes cooked it all the way through. Of course,
It does.
sitting after, just so everyone knows, when the cake sits for that amount of time, it's still cooking. So
Yes.
even if it was a little under when you took it out of the microwave,
Yes.
The sitting time made it so that it cooked all the way through. So yeah, that looks perfect.
Yes. And so I definitely need a bite.
Yes, you do.
Mmm. Tastes so good. Warm and warm.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. These always influence me for like stuff I do later. So this I have Plantnrgy in the house. I have the chocolate bliss. So we definitely should share the other flavors that you have. And what I've been doing on my own is I've been taking the chocolate bliss and I've been adding peanut butter powder to my
Oh,
smoothie, and you just went about and created that together. So I don't have to do two products, I can just do one. And also with your product, I don't have to have a plastic jug because it's in a compostable packaging. So you basically, and the sugar. So there's sugar in the peanut butter fit. And I was trying to find a peanut butter powder without sugar in it, and it's almost impossible to find. And
it is.
organic, and organic. So this is, you know, covers pretty much all the bases.
Yeah. And that is the whole purpose of plant energy, to make it for simple, keep it nutritious and get you that additional boost and the energy that you need through the day through all the cleanest and the simplest ingredient, because it is so important. Like, what we eat is actually, our body is made of really what we eat. And it bothers me, honestly, when I see all the labels. And I've seen so many illnesses in my family that it really, like, at this point, I'm not even ready to take anymore. And I want to be really careful and conscious of what I'm feeding my kids, my family. And so, this simple, like, I don't know if I haven't experienced a protein mix that, I can actually share with my 13-year-old who's growing, who wants something like this. And honestly, he's not going to say no to this. So,
Is smart
or
kid.
and my 6-year-old who kind of craves for this kind of dessert, he's like, when are you going to make me next? So it's good for me, it's good for everybody else, and everybody can share, and that's what we want to bring to your families too. That it's clean, simple, and at this point we have we have four different flavors. So we have one which is my favorite, where we don't add anything. Like, it is just made of five simple ingredients, original power, and it is my order of food is on the way.
Well,
Yeah.
everyone just know we have a discount code coming, which I didn't mention. I put it in like the description, but we're definitely going to offer a discount code to everyone. So you go to virtualvegfest.com and buy the product. We can tell it to you now. If you go to virtualvegfest.com and go to Plantnrgy, we need to add the chocolate peanut butter to the site. We
Yes.
we need to do that
Yeah.
like today. So we'll get that up on there too. But if you use the code health20, all caps, you'll get 20% off the product on virtualvegfest.com.
Yes. Yeah. And you can always reach out to us for any questions that you have, because, we are here to answer those questions. We just want to make sure that you have what you need.
Yep.
And yeah, just be on your wellness journey. Oh, thank you, Archana Ranjan. She says it's yummy.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, I mean, the plain is your favorite?
Plain is my favorite. I'll show you here. Yes. Because it just has no taste. It is neutral. So it has five ingredients: pea protein, pumpkin seed protein, hemp powder, chia, brown rice powder. That's it. Like, just five simple ingredients. And when I add it to anything, a green smoothie, another, just oatmeal, whatever, like some with some dates, it doesn't, like, it doesn't change anything. So this is my go-to. But then, when I am a little bit fancy, then I want to go for a chocolate. And yeah, then I go for a chocolate. And now it's like, even, it goes a level up with the chocolate peanut delight.
Yes, exactly. And then you came up with a new version that you explained to me how to the ginger one. That's more for
Oh,
at night than it is for during the day.
yeah. So ginger one is called as Golden Dream. And golden dream is basically a combination of adaptogen and ancient herbs. And I grew up seeing my dad using adaptogens at night because he had trouble sleeping. And so I had, like, I'm honestly not a good sleeper. I would just sleep for maybe 3 hours and then wake up. However, this has helped me a lot. So Golden Dream has 5 ingredients again. It has turmeric, ashwagandha, shatavari. And so these are all ashwagandha and shatavari as adaptogen, which just helps to calm your mind, relax your body, and also helps to sleep if you do it at night, an hour before bedtime in milk. And we have it on the bag and we have it on our website too, how you have to do it. And so that's what I do to get at least additional 2 hours of sleep at night. Yeah. So, it is just, and especially, so this came out during COVID because, we heard a lot of concerns around, anxiety and with everything else going on, people not able to sleep well. So honestly, this was like, until last month, this has been our best seller because, people are so, they want to calm their, just some calmness in their life. And this just helps. You can add it in milk, water. It's very simple. So, yes.
Yep, and it does taste good because I've tasted it. And then you have vanilla. So let's not leave
You
the plain vanilla one out.
Yes, I do. Yes. Yeah, a lot of people like vanilla flavor. So it has, again, vanilla is not, we don't use any flavor. We just add real ingredients. So in vanilla, our base ingredient is same. So we are using the pea protein, pumpkin seed protein, hemp powder. So to get you all of the protein. And then we are using vanilla bean powder as the and monk fruit to give you that vanilla taste. And you can use it in, just a plant-based milk, blend it in there, or add it in your smoothies, in your oatmeal. Again, multiple uses. You can use it in baking.
Hmm.
Is
Like in
that
this
done?
recipe, you can use the vanilla in. You can use any of these in this recipe, depending on what direction you want to go.
Oh yes, yeah. And on our Instagram too, the Plant Energy, we have a couple of recipes. We keep doing a lot of recipes with all of this. So yes, this is the easiest way to get the kids excited about dessert.
A healthy plant-based dessert that
Yeah.
you don't feel guilty
No,
feeding them or eating at the
no,
same time. This,
exactly.
yeah, this is incredible. This is, I mean, thank you for creating such a great product and for reaching out to me to be part of the virtual VegFest family of vendors. And of course, when we get back to in person events, I'm super excited for you to be there and be
Oh,
a part of it.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely, because at this point too, we have our customers. Oh, thank you for introducing healthy to our daily lifestyle. I'm placing my order of peanut butter soon. Sure.
Thanks, Priyanka.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yes, it is just in pre-order right now, and it's been very, very well received. And I want to just say thank you to all our customers, our supporters, there's like a community that have supported us. So, we are just overwhelmed with all of the support and love that we have received so far from everybody. It is very encouraging. Yes.
No, it's fantastic. It's a woman-owned small business out of Apex, North Carolina, if you don't know. So this is another North Carolina small business, and we really, really, really support our vendors, shopping small business, help help all of these businesses to survive this pandemic, right? And that's the most important thing is that when we get through to where we can all be together again, that this is still there, right? And including the restaurants and everyone else. So we just want everyone to still be there and alive and healthy when we can all be together again. So
Exactly. Yeah.
really,
And
thank
your
you.
game. Yes.
Yeah, this is this is I can't wait to go make this.
Yeah, honestly, it's not about, again, there are a lot of emphasis on oh, Patricia. Oh, thank
Thank you,
you.
Patricia.
Yeah,
That's
thank
awesome.
And again, it's not about, like, people talk about resolutions, but I say add a ritual to your daily life. Like, honestly, it's less about resolutions. It's more about, just if you are really thinking about, whatever you want to make a change, if you are thinking about a healthy diet, more, upping your wellness game, just make one simple change in your life. And honestly, the reason why we honestly shared it more broadly is because my husband, when we started using this, my husband wanted to always lose weight. So, we've been married for long time, and he, like, ever since I know him, he always had his only goal year over year was to lose weight.
That doesn't sound good. If your goal is every year to lose weight, that means something happened during that year.
But you know what? He has done every single thing possible. Starved, and he would all kinds of diet. And okay, Priyanka says mine.
Too.
Yeah, he's done diet. He's done, all kinds of gym trainers. And trust me, the one thing that really changed, like started making changes in his body, was honestly embracing this. So we did the smoothies in the morning, like with our product. And then when we did not, I wish I had a before and an after picture, because it wasn't intentional, we were just doing what we were doing for ourselves. But in 3 months time, he saw significant change in his lifestyle, because doctor had asked, his cholesterol was high, he has thyroid, and he saw significant change in his body, like in terms of the weight. And that was so encouraging for him that he started, like, making additional changes. So just one little change, like, adding one single thing made him change so many things that he, I would say, like, in less than 6 months he lost over 40 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, and now he's a changed man, because now it's more like, he has a holistic wellness in his mind, that he has to play, he has to do his physical exercise, he has to eat, be more conscious in eating. So I would just say start small, and add one ritual in your life, and see, the big changes that happens in your overall life. So yes.
Yeah, the commitment needs to be to yourself, and you need to want to take care of yourself in whatever way that is, but health and wellness. And in taking care of yourself in a plant based manner, whole foods plant based,
Oh,
then you're not just taking care of yourself, you're taking care of the planet, the animals that share the planet with us. And the benefits are, even if you don't lose weight, the benefits are energy, vitality, better skin. I mean, more, like, just the energy alone. Like, I'll harp on that because you feel better, you feel good, and then you can do more, which means you can exercise, and then suddenly you have like a more fit body, and you're eating incredible food.
I'm with you. Plant based is a game changer, and no jokes. You have to experience it to actually, talk about it. Because when we went plant based, we were like, not reluctant, but it was like we don't want to make too much of a change in our life at the same time. And what we did was just made one little change, removed the dairy from our, just removed the milk that we used to add in our tea in the morning, and that was it. We said we'll do it for a week, and that's how it started. That, in a week, if it doesn't, because, if it doesn't feel good, we are just going back to change, just go back to our normal. We did it for 5 days. Trust me, the lightness in the body, the energy in the body was so much more different. Like, it was just phenomenal. It's an experience. You really have to do it to experience it.
Right.
Start, wherever. If
And that's a nice little change. If a lot of people put stuff into their morning whatever drink it is, and it could be a smoothie, coffee, tea, whatever, and turn to a plant-based milk. There's so
Yeah.
many. There's so many to choose from now that, pick one, find one that you like. Oat milk, I would start with oat milk at this point, like
Mhm.
Oatly oat milk, and
Mhm.
and go from there, because oat milk's pretty darn good.
It is very good.
Pretty darn good. So, yeah, no, thank you so much for sharing that and how this has impacted you, your family, and everyone else out there. You can get your plant energy too.
Yeah.
virtualvegfest.com. Use the code health20, all caps for health. It's in the notes and it's been on the screen. And 20% off, and we'll get the chocolate peanut butter bliss up so you can order that too. But thank you so much for joining us today and being a part of this. I really
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
you.
Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, all the viewers, for watching us and being here with us.
All right, well, have a great rest of your Thursday.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Yeah,
bye,
thank
Samita.
you. Yeah, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, everyone, that was pretty awesome. And you can get your plant energy. And oh, you're welcome, Priyanka. Now, remember, you're welcome, Christine. Everyone needs to do is you need to wear a mask. Bye, Susanna. You need to wear a mask over your nose, under your chin. Make sure you do that if you go outside, or if even if you're around other people in your house or even outside your house. We wore our mask yesterday when friends came over. You're welcome, Patricia. Wear your mask. Don't wear it like this. Why? Because your nose is connected to your lungs and it renders this useless. So make sure you're wearing your mask correctly when you go out. And I just read something that you want to get a really good mask if you're going to be around a lot of people. These masks, you want layers. You want to look at like an N95 mask if you're going to be around a lot of people because that'll give you the best protection. And one of the things that came out today is in North Carolina, at least, we need to treat every person that we're around like they are positive for COVID. So if you think of it that way, you want to wear your mask, you want to social distance, and you know what? If you can avoid being around people, it's probably a good time to avoid being around people. Now, curbside pickup for dining, if you have the means, go order some food and curbside pickup or go to a food truck, grab the food, walk away. You don't really have to be around anybody. They'll bring the food to your car and you can, support our local businesses or your local businesses wherever you are that are vegan, plant-based, vegan friendly, plant-based friendly and help them survive through this because restaurants, it's tough. It's a tough time for them. We can order stuff online and have it shipped to us, but food we actually have to go and get. It's hard to or have someone deliver it to you like DoorDash or Uber or whomever like delivers wherever you are. But if you can support restaurants, that's a really great thing. And don't forget to tip. And you're welcome, Susan, for I'm gonna try baking. I'll help you if you need any help with baking in the oven because it won't be that hard to do. Probably like a 350 probably 350 degrees for like 15 minutes and or 10 minutes, check it and then go a little bit longer just to make sure that you don't overcook it. Other than that, we will be back on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Jeff Palmer of Clean Machine. He's also a vegan bodybuilder. Absolutely incredible, great guy. I've I've actually introduced him, emceed, where I've introduced him and had dinner with him. So he's out of Florida, and we'll be back with him on Saturday. Have subscribe to Virtual Veg Fest, do our raffle copter, win some prizes. Thank you for supporting Virtual Veg Fest and the Plant Based Network, and we will see you on Saturday. Bye, everyone.